Welcome to New Jersey Patriot News, your source for Second Amendment news in New Jersey and around the nation. I'm your host, Matthew Bartke. Today is Wednesday, January 31st, 2024. A federal judge in the Southern District of California has issued a major decision in favor of the Second Amendment today. Judge Roger Benitez issued his decision in the Rhode v. Bonta case, which challenged the constitutionality of California's ammunition background check law and anti-importation clause, finding that the law violates the Second Amendment and issued a permanent injunction to block its enforcement. In the decision, Judge Benitez stated, quote, "Because ammunition sale prohibitions and regulations are covered by the Second Amendment, the presumption is that such restrictions are infringements. And if a state identification requirement for voting, which burdens 4.5% of registered voters, is an unconstitutional burden on the 15th Amendment, surely a state identification requirement that blocks an untold number of gun owners from undergoing an ammunition background check and then rejects 11% of those who are checked is likewise an unconstitutional burden on the Second Amendment. If any background check system satisfies Bruin's footnote 9 description of a scheme put to abusive ends, as opposed to the system originally approved by the voters, this may be it. It is likely that California will appeal the decision to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. In the Northern District of New York, a federal judge has issued a preliminary injunction in a case supported by the Second Amendment Foundation against a public housing authority that challenged the housing authority's ban on the possession of firearms by tenants. In the case, defendants claimed that the ban was not categorical due to the tenants supposedly being permitted to possess some rifles, shotguns, and crossbows, though not handguns. The presiding judge, Glenn Suddaby, was unconvinced, citing the precedent established by the 2008 Supreme Court ruling in Heller, stating, quote, "Even if the court were persuaded by this assertion, the Supreme Court in Heller specifically rejected it as a ground for finding such a firearms regulation constitutional." Lawmakers in South Carolina continue to debate a bill that would enact permitless or constitutional carry. After debate and a number of proposed amendments last week, the state Senate resumed debate yesterday, considering a number of amendments, with one amendment passing that would upgrade the severity of minor infractions by otherwise lawful gun owners possessing a firearm in established sensitive or prohibited places, making punishments that are currently disorderly or misdemeanor infractions with fines into significant crimes punishable by both large fines as well as incarceration and permanent loss of Second Amendment rights. Second Amendment advocates continue to push for the bill's passage while also attempting to keep anti-gun provisions out of the final version as debate continues today. Passage of this bill is of particular interest to New Jersey and other prohibitive state residents who enjoy travel to South Carolina, as the state does not offer non-resident carry permits unless one owns real estate in South Carolina and does not honor out-of-state permits from states who do not have reciprocity agreements with South Carolina. This is New Jersey Patriot News, your source for Second Amendment news in New Jersey and around the nation. I'm Matthew Bartke. Thanks for listening.